Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a really exciting unboxing. I'm so pumped to check this out. This is a new to me brand. I don't know how long this has been a brand. I think for a bit, and I've just been oblivious, but very excited because the gentlemen behind this brand are none other than Les George and Chad Nichols. Very well-known and very influential people in the knife world. Les George, actually somebody who's created some of my absolute favorite knife designs ever, so I am super excited. Thank you so much to eKnives for loaning this to me for review. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. This is available along with a whole bunch of other Defiant 7 brand knives. I'll link them at eKnives down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Okay, so what do we have? I actually discovered this knife while doing a shop along, one of those videos where I was going through the retail site, and I was like, what is this? You know, they're ripping off Les George, and my comments were like, that's the person behind the brand. So it was a moment where it was just me being stupid. So here we go, Defiant 7. Overkill is underrated. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, we have the beautiful Eagle. Surely inspired by Les George's original Eagle Rock, which went on to be the Eagle Rock. Was it eventually become the Talon? I think with this back end, maybe the Talon. Two of my favorite designs from Les George are the Talon and the VECP, right? So we see the Auto Eagle Rock or whichever one is the ProTech version. This is also an automatic knife with beautifully machined and radiused aluminum seam construction. There's that Les George pocket clip. So we have what looks to be like a lanyard area back there. It's kind of neat. The seam construction sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. We have a nice large stop pin. Should note also that the button here, the firing button, is textured. Very cool. Let's go ahead and fire it. Okay, about medium firing power for an auto. I'd say right about what you'd expect from a launch series knife. It'll probably break in and get better and better and better. Let's go ahead and test it from this position here. Still definitely enough power to get it into the open position, but not quite what I would expect from somebody like ProTech or Microtech. Still totally fine. How's the lockup? Actually completely and totally solid, so that's also really nice. We have made in the USA. How cool. S45VN. I believe eKnives website listed this as an HRC of 49. No, not 49. 59 to 60, which if I'm not mistaken is still within the optimal parameters of S45VN. Very cool. So right off the bat, this has a finish that is essentially identical to the VECP, and it looks like a typical stonewash finish. I'm telling you, anybody who owns a bunch of knives, if you own one of the newer VECPs, there's something different, there's something weird about the finish that he does on the blade. It's very glassy, it's very smooth, there's no drag, you can't feel any texturing, you can't feel any resistance at all. I don't know exactly what it is, but whatever Les George is doing is a little bit different. In true Les George fashion, the jimping up here is essentially decorative. It's weird, right? But the lock-in on this is really great. So this makes me think much more, I think, of the Talos. It's almost weird. It's almost like the Talos and the VECP mixed together. You'll remember a couple of different ZT collaborations with Les George from, right around 2016, 2017. There was the one in G10 and S35VN that was, I think, more like the VECP, maybe not, I can't remember exactly. And then there was one that was like the Harpy, which was really cool. But I'm always up for an automatic. I'm always up for a USA knife, and if it's something that's going to be designed by Les George, then I'm really happy with that. So overall, this is an exceptionally high quality item. The lockup is good. The power, I think, it's like I said, it's plenty to deploy the blade, which is what it should be, as long as it deploys the blade, right? They might benefit from putting some bigger coil springs in there, for sure. We have the same pivot, and I mean benefit not in terms of functionality, in terms of like satisfaction of deployment, right? If you own a Kershaw Launch Series knife and it's plenty of power for you, you'll be happy with this. If you own, if you've ever fired something like the Rockeye, I called it the Eagle Rock, but the Rockeye, which is the collab with ProTech, fires quite a bit harder, right? I think this is similar in price. Just depends on which version of the ProTech you're looking at, whether it's 154cm, 20CV Magna Cut, right? Just depends. Same pivot as what I expect to see on Les George models. That's great. I think it's at least a T10, maybe a T15. Curiously, though, no, you know what? I bet those are T8. Let's have a look here real quick. Just a first impressions video today, guys. We're not actually reviewing this. I want to spend some time with it, but it is going to go back to E-Knives, so I can't be too, I can't be too hard on it. Let's see. Yeah, so is that or is it T8 Plus? Might be a T8 Plus, but nice large fasteners there, and then we have V6 for the pocket clip. V6? T6 for the pocket clip. So yeah, very, very comfortable ergonomically. That's that Les George kind of military. I don't know. There's something like distinctly military looking about these knives. The contouring, like if we were to compare this directly with the ProTech Rockeye, which is very similar, it's not the same knife, this is far and away more comfortable. And it's because of the how the aluminum is radiused here, which is just bizarre. Is this aluminum? It has to be. I'm not used to feeling the radiused material here. So, but anyways, absolutely an awesome knife. I want to say that these come in at about $285, which is pretty competitive. I mean, you can get a Kershaw USA Launch Series knife for $150 to $175, right? Now, those are much more mass produced. And I'm going to guess that Defiant 7 knives are made 99% in-house, while Kershaw has a mystery percentage of their knives that are outsourced, with still enough to say it's made in the USA, right? There is a certain amount of the knife that can be outsourced, a certain amount of anything that can be outsourced, and you can still call it made in the USA. And it's not that Kershaw's a charity, it's because they can manufacture knives at a scale that is very difficult to do for most other companies. And then also there's got to be a certain chunk of them that are outsourced. So you can do that if you want to. If you're like, I don't care about that, I just want to save some money, you can definitely do that. Those are going to be super competitive. But comparing these to Heretic, to ProTech, to some of those other companies, Microtech, some of those other companies making U.S. autos, right? That's right in there. It's right in there. So I don't really have a problem with that. Really wish that the firing power was a little bit harder. I think putting some more powerful coil springs in there might definitely benefit. But as long as the blade can get all the way out there, you're good to go. That's the main thing. So pretty cool. Let me spend some time with it. I'll bring back a full product review for you guys. I'll link this down in the description. In the meantime, please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on the Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.